guys.
Hi, everyone.
So we have some new changes coming. We just want to jump on here quick before we get into our new seasons of Let's Talk OC and 3 Gossip Girls.
Yeah. So this is Ingrid, and I just wanted to jump in very quickly and just announce that I will be kind of stepping back a little bit from both 3 Gossip Girls and Let's Talk OC. I'm taking a little bit of a break, just personal stuff, nothing crazy or, out there, but we just wanted to jump on here and just give you guys a heads up so you don't feel blindsided that all of a sudden these two shows have just Liz and Michelle and I'm just not there all of a sudden. So I'm just taking a step back just for a little while, and I'm still going to be part of the network. You're still going to see me around. You're still going to hear my voice, just taking a step back from these two shows. And there's going to be some fun changes. You guys are going to be very excited and you're going to enjoy them. So
definitely,
we didn't want to kind of take you by surprise. I will be manning Tree Hill Talk again. We will be reviving that because of the event coming up in February. So we are going to be putting some content out for you guys there very soon. So I'm going to start working on some goodies over there for you guys. So be on the lookout, Tree Hill Talk. You can check out the social media and be on the lookout for the podcast episodes. And if there's something you would love to hear with One Tree Hill that maybe we never even talked about or did, definitely reach out. You can reach me on any of the Tree Hill Talk social media. That's pretty much going to be my hub. And I'll be on Patreon. I'm still going to be doing RiverPod. You'll hear me there. And yeah, so, just hopping on here just to give you guys a heads up.
we appreciate it.
We do.
Anytime.
Yeah, because we felt like you guys are our family, and we always want to be open and honest and tell you guys what's going on. We, all three of us, love each other.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Not to fret. There's nothing going on here. Nothing suspicious.
Nothing suspect.
We wanted just to tell you guys first. So,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, because once you play the episode, you're going to be like, wait, something's wrong.
Something's different.
Something is
What's
changed.
happening?
Wait, we're missing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong. Nothing bad is happening. I just need to take a little step back, deal with some stuff, and then, I'll be around. And then we'll see.
It's all good.
It's all good.
You are about to enjoy an It Takes 3 network podcast. Unlike the rest of us, sex, lies, and scandal never take a vacation. Instead, they take the Long Island Expressway and head east to the Hamptons. Some would say summer is their busiest season. Think Park Avenue, but with tennis whites and Bain de Soleil. The players change, but the game remains the same. What is up, guys? Welcome back. We are starting season 2 of Gossip Girl. We are 3 Gossip Girls. I am Liz.
I'm Michelle.
And tonight we watched Summer Kind of Wonderful. It aired on September 1st of 2008, directed by J. Miller Tobin and written by Joshua Safran. The summary for this episode, the summary is a long one, so bear with me. As summer draws to a close in the Hamptons, Serena and Nate have everyone fooled into thinking they were a couple to cover up the fact that Nate has been hooking up with an older woman. Blair returns from abroad with a hot guy on her arm, making Chuck very jealous and questioning his decision to leave Blair stranded at the airport. Dan has spent the summer assisting a famous author and clearly still has one certain girl on his mind, which results in him going after her. While interning for Eleanor Waldorf's company, Jenny sneaks a coveted invite to the Hamptons white party, of which sorry guys.
It's a long one. We got
Eric introduces her to socialite Tinsley Mortimer. So that's the summary for this week. It's in the Hamptons. We're summer vibes. And Michelle and I decided we were going to do some fun segments this time around. So I have made a cocktail or a mocktail. Tonight it's a mocktail. And the segment's called A Glass Full of Gossip. Ting. Right? We should do that. Add the ting in there.
Yeah.
So tonight I made the white drink. Now, I sort of got inspiration from Starbucks. They have a white drink, like they have a pink drink and they have a purple drink or whatever.
What is in their white drink?
Their white drink is their white citrus tea
Okay.
with half and half. So I did Trader Joe's white peach ginger tea with coconut milk. I actually added in there those true orange packets just to get like a little bit of more of a citrus flavor and stevia.
It's delicious.
And a lemon zest to garnish.
It's beautiful. It's delicious.
Yay, I'm so glad you like it. It's heavy. I was like holding it over here. I'm like, wow, this is a heavy drink with ice, of course, because it's summer.
Yes.
Summer vibes.
Liz presented this beautiful drink to me.
You guys will see the picture on Instagram.
And I'm drinking it and tasting it. And she's like, I'm not going to tell you until we go on air. And so I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm drinking, but it's delicious.
I picked the white drink for the white party.
But also, what a great drink to make for parties and for,
Thank you.
I mean, the fact there's no alcohol in it.
No,
anybody
and
can
it
drink
just tastes kind of like tea with milk.
It's so
but
good.
with a little hint of citrus. So if you guys like tea, like Michelle loves tea, and maybe
Sorry,
if you want to
Michael.
do this hot, you could do it hot and put coconut milk, or you can put half and half, or you don't have to do any milk at all. You know, we like to keep it mostly dairy free on this podcast,
Yeah,
but
we do.
you know, you guys do what you do, you. So let's jump into the episode. Michelle and I felt like we may not have taken the best notes to kind of go off of scene by scene.
Yeah.
But we're definitely going to get the gist. Not to worry, we won't forget anything, but we're going to make it an open conversation.
Yeah, and you know, coming off of where we left off, I felt like I loved the series premiere. I loved that episode.
Yeah, it was a great pilot.
1-1. I felt the finale did a really good job.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what I expected to come into season 2 because I've had comments and
Yes,
I mean,
of
I
course.
love this show. We have to remember, I do love this show. It's just sometimes it gives me the giggles.
Yeah, guys, this show is from 2007. We're now in 2019, approaching 2020. And a lot of things, they either age well or they don't. And some of the parts, it's corny. But hey, we're not saying we don't love it. It's still great.
Right. And so I have to say, this episode was so good. I loved this episode.
I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. You hear my ice?
I know. If you hear, that's what it is, misophonia friends.
Right? It's such a heavy glass, so I filled it like to the brim. So initially, we're in the Hamptons. It's summer. Everyone, you see kind of their summer vacation, what they're doing. We're at the tail end right before school is going to start.
Yes.
And Nate has a little friend. And they trick you.
They trick you because I predicted that he would be hooking up with Serena. Just as we left off.
I think everyone could assume that, right?
Right. And so that close-up car scene where he's having this hot make-out session with this blonde.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my God, here it is. It's confirmed. And I said, this is actually happening. And Liz is like, well, one of the people in this scene.
Yeah, she's like,
right.
Do I know her? I was like, well, you know her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not from this show, but you know her from other
Yeah.
things, of course. So he is having an affair with an older woman. Then you later find out she's a married woman. But they kind of use this as a way for them to keep it hush-hush. But on the outside, to everyone and to Gossip Girl, him and Serena are dating.
Yeah, so they set up this pact.
Right. Like, I need, I'm going to hook up with someone, but it has to be hush-hush, so can you help me out? The cats are meowing. What else?
They have
Wouldn't
a
be
lot
It Takes
to
Three
say
podcasts about it.
this episode, yeah.
Yeah, so while that's happening, then you pan to Chuck on the beach with his 3 ladies, and he says something like, I like my odds, and whatever, some nasty thing.
I don't remember if they said where he met these ladies.
Couldn't recall.
Okay.
I think he probably just met them on the beach.
And they're topless.
They're topless. They weren't originally topless, but then they decided, let's...
Yeah.
He's like, geometry or something.
Ah.
That makes no sense, but okay. So he's, having a good time as much as he possibly can, then gets a text. Blair is actually on her way back, and she's going to get on the jitney soon. So that like shook him to the core
Mm-hmm.
because he hasn't had to think about her in like about 3 months, and now it's like, oh, reality's coming, and now we have to see each other, and that's like when you have an ex or someone you're like trying to get over, you're like, oh my god, that's the worst feeling in the entire world to know that you
Yeah.
could be in really close quarters with them really soon. But he gets the idea in his mind that like he's gonna patch things up. Where he thought that was gonna be a good idea, I don't know.
I know he does his hair and wears a nice outfit, and he's gonna bring flowers. And while all this is going on, Serena apparently has been solo all
She's
summer.
been doing nothing. She's been like reading in her room.
Yeah, I mean, she has been seeing the lifeguard.
I think she just thought he was cute, but nothing ever came about it. But then
Yeah.
later on, you see, I guess to kind of get over Dan, she uses him.
Okay. Yeah, but we see her, as they say, on Cooper's Beach.
She is on Cooper's
So,
Beach.
which is funny to us because, as you guys know, we live on Long Island.
exactly. So
We know the Hamptons. My sister worked on Cooper's Beach for a summer when she was in high school
it's cool.
with Val, actually.
Yeah, it's nice
Yeah.
for them, to do like the save face, and
Yeah.
nice for us because we know those places. But so she's just chilling by herself
Yeah.
the whole summer, pretty much. And then we pan to Dan. Yeah, Padgy boy.
Padgy boy. Okay, so the first scene that we see is Padge in a bookstore, and I'm like, oh my God, you vibes.
It looks like you.
straight
I
up.
know. People are
you.
going crazy. Like on Twitter, they're like, every time I see him, I just think of you, and like I can't get it out of my brain. And so like this scene, just like you're like, oh my God, it's in a bookstore, and like
In New York City.
in New York
or-
City. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
But he's interning for a writer or an author, and he went to his reading, and you see he's kind of like two-timing girls there.
Yeah.
It's very, non-padgy.
Like within 3 months.
3 months, he learned the Chuck ways.
He's become a playboy.
He has. We're good. We're glad to see he has some color in his face.
Oh my gosh. Everybody looks
His lips are
beautiful
not
and
blue.
glowing. No. He looks extremely healthy.
Yeah. So we're glad to see a healthy Padgy, but he's doing his thing this summer. He's trying to get over Serena. Then the author says, "Oh, I need your." I guess he's supposed to write some sort of like short story for him.
Yeah.
So he can use that to submit to, I don't know if it was like the Times or something. But Dan's having kind of writer's block because we all know he hasn't had closure with Serena,
Yeah.
and he knows that, and he knows that's why that's his writer's block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems that everyone around him also doesn't understand, because when we see what little Jay is up to,
Mhm.
which she's interning.
She's interning for Eleanor, but Eleanor has been in like Paris all summer. So Laurel is her boss, and she is not a
Laurel.
nice person. She is that like quintessential, I'm that fashionista, I work in the biz, and like you don't know anything.
Mhm.
And she's not nice to Jenny, but Jenny doesn't, she doesn't go home crying. She's like, I'm going to go home and sort all these buttons and be the goody goody and like suck up to you pretty much.
Yeah, no, she's doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing as an intern, but also trying to get ahead. She creates
Yeah.
this design.
Which Laurel is like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I created this for you to wear
Yeah,
to
she's
the
like,
vitamin
oh, you're not
water
going
party."
to the vitamin water party. And Jenny's like, I know, this is for you. And she's like, peasant. What are you thinking? It's like off-white, and it's not, it's lace. Ugh.
Yeah, and I'm not going to wear a nobody's design so it can end up in W Magazine
Yeah.
and get photographed. But you know what? Shout out to Little J. I'm still waiting. Everybody hates her, as I know. But like this episode, she stood up for herself.
Hey, I also,
Yeah,
I'm
know.
waiting for the time for the times to change
I know.
because they do eventually change. And
Yeah.
you'll see. Might not be this season, but it happens.
Yeah. But
And
but she, when she goes home to Padge, that's when she says to him, like, I still don't understand why you and Serena ended.
Right. And he's like, me either, pretty much. Like he doesn't really know why it happened.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, it happened though, and can't really go back, even though eventually later you'll see
Right.
things do change again. Yeah, but he's still having that like internal struggle, and that's why he can't write. And he has the date 5/1/08 on there, right?
Yeah.
So May, is that when him and Serena broke up? Maybe
That's
like
what
right
I was
before summer break.
thinking because I'm like, there's no way we're in May right
Oh,
now
no,
because
no.
we're 3 months
Right.
ahead. That's
I'm thinking that's probably the day that
things
they
ended.
split ways. I think that's kind of what he told Rufus later on, that the essay has to be about people from different worlds and why they didn't work. Of course.
Of course, and Rufy's like, oh, science fiction.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rufy, he's on the bus tour.
Yeah, little Jay's been talking to him,
Yeah.
and she says how she's a little stressed and if it's worth it. And, he's
Yeah.
like, if you can learn something from it, yeah, it's
Yeah,
worth
and
it.
then he gives a suggestion, like, why don't you hit up your friend Eric, or not so much friend right now? But she's like, oh, last time we spoke, it wasn't a good time, and I've been thinking about it all summer, but it's kind of awkward for me to reach out to him. But she does it anyway,
Yeah.
and he kind of gives her shit for it, but they play it off and they work things out, luckily. But she gets to go to the party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wearing her ensemble.
Yes.
What else? We have Chuck getting all dolled up, as we were talking about before, to see his beloved. And Serena comes in and she's like, I know what you're up to. He's like, no, I think I'm going to go back abroad and hook up with all these girls. And she's like, yeah, okay, because there's a bouquet of flowers and you're like, fixing your hair 100 times. And this is the first time I've seen you stare in a mirror in like 3 months.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, whatever. She's like, yeah, my best friend coming back from the jitney, like in 5 minutes. Goodbye.
Which we both were like, Blair
She would
wouldn't
never
take
take
a
the
jitney.
She would never take the jitney. Are you kidding me? She would have a limo service. That makes no
course.
sense, but
Yeah.
I get it. So he arrives to the jitney station. And Blair gets off and he's like getting ready with his red blazer, like, all right, I'm getting ready. This is going to be the moment. And she gets off and she looks at him and she's like, are you kidding? And then James/Marcus comes down with her and is like, oh, okay. Yeah, Blair has someone. And he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
As he should feel.
As he should.
Because he ruined it. He ruined it.
Yeah.
Can't go back, Chuck. All these men thinking like, I'll just repair it real quick. 16-year-old boys. I
Boy,
don't know what they're
bye.
thinking.
Boy, bye.
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
Yeah. So then Blair kind of has to fabricate her relationship in front of Chuck because, as we know, it seems that she's using him just to make Chuck jealous, and then Marcus eventually realizes that. But she invites him back to, I guess I'm confused as like, it's Cece's summer house, so she's there, but then Eric's there and Chuck's there.
Yeah. Are you talking about the scene by the pool?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming
because the girls do go hang out.
Yeah,
by the pool.
this is Cece's house.
I guess it's her grandma's house, right?
And so Blair came to see Serena, right? And since Serena and Chucky are siblings,
right.
And Eric
He's
would
there.
be there as well.
Yeah, so the girls lay out by the pool. We said it's very OC reminiscent, hysterical.
Yeah, of season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, and so they're talking about the summer and how Serena's been so, lost, and she does miss Dan like every single day. And Blair's like, why don't you get out there? There has to be someone out there. And she's like, oh, well, that's when she says like, oh, the lifeguard, he's okay, he's cute. And then she sees Chuck come by, so she's like, yeah, and James is like so amazing, and he just like loves me, and he swept me off my feet, and he's like, you're lying. It's like the most ridiculous argument back and forth, but I love it because it's so them.
Yeah.
Like they call each other out on their bullshit, but it's like comical to the audience.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you're lying. You do when you're, you frown your nose when you say this lie, and she's like, oh, really? You think that I do that? And
And
I
it
just
was
loved
great
it, though.
too because when she starts talking of James, Serena's like, who?
Serena's like, who?
Who are you
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Like, of course, the best friend would do.
Of course.
You
Yeah.
you got to do that for your friend.
Yeah.
So Chuck's like, you're lying. And, like, immediately is upset and decides he wants to, like, find out more about him.
Of course.
Of course he does.
Of course.
Yeah. So Serena, I guess, plans a date with Lifeguard, who drives a Camaro. And she's like, oh, my God, he drives a Camaro.
Yeah.
Enough said. And so I guess she's not able to go to dinner at Cece's. But everyone else does.
Weird. I thought this was
strange,
weird.
right?
And they're like, dinner's at 7. And I'm like, wow, it's really light out.
It's
but
still light out, but
summer.
it's summer. We get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we go back and forth with Rufus, and him and Jenny talk about how Dan's dating around, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's still doing that thing. And Then after that, Dan visits his boss, writer, whoever, and he's pissed because he hasn't turned in anything yet, and he pretty much tells him like, you don't have an internship because he hasn't given him any
Yeah.
content. So that sucks for you, Padgy Boy. And he says he won't write him a letter of recommendation.
Yeah.
Which is
That sucks because
that
you've been working
sucks.
so hard this whole summer.
That
Or
sucks.
so you think you have been.
Mm-hmm. Next, we kind of brushed over, but Jenny calls Eric and they have the nice conversation. They make up. He says that he can bring her to the white party. And during that, we said Serena goes out with the boo boy. And then Nate and his lady friend are still hooking up. You find out her name is Catherine. I don't know exactly when you find out her name is Catherine.
Yeah.
But she, at that point, kind of tells him that she's like, oh, you better get out because my husband is coming home.
Yeah, so they're getting hot and heavy in the house.
Mhm.
And her husband pulls up. And then Nate jumps out the window.
Yeah. And during that time, Serena and the Camara boy kind of like pull in the middle of the street and Nate like jumps in the middle, almost gets hit by the car. Yeah.
And
So Serena's
Serena's
like,
pissed
Yeah.
because she's like, I thought things ended with you and Catherine.
Yeah, and she's like, you told me she was older. I thought college. You didn't tell me she was married. Now
Yeah.
that like changes things.
Yeah, because they can see Catherine kissing her husband in the
Right.
driveway.
She's like, oh shit.
And a half-naked Nate is now in the road.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then the stupid lifeguard's like, what is this about?
Right.
And Serena's like, I don't know.
Yeah. And then we have a pretty awkward dinner. Sad, actually.
It was very sad.
So it's Cece and Eric and Blair and James and Chuck. And they're having a very petty dinner. You know, Blair and Chuck are. They're trying to make each other jealous. And then Blair purposefully sews the heart. Well, not sews, I guess, because she ripped it right out of there. But she puts the heart that she had on Nate's sleeve.
A pin.
The pin.
Yeah.
And Chuck sees that and he's like, oh, okay, now I get it. Like, now you mean business. She must have feelings for him. That's not just for her to try and get back at me. Like, she must actually like him, which we all know that she doesn't. But to him, that's like the most, like, that's her most precious thing.
You know what's funny? When I first saw that pin, I was like, oh my gosh, he's part of some weird club or some kind of, I don't know, situation that means bad news. And that's what I thought his eyes meant. Because I didn't know what this pin meant.
Right. Yeah, but to her, she said that Chuck explains it that the first time Blair and Nate said, I love you, she put that in there and, you know, he cherished it, but then she got it back from him, put it on James's sweater.
In a weird placement.
Weird. And obviously he didn't know it was there.
Yeah, I did. I liked the scene because he runs off. He's like,
runs
I
off
lose
and
my
she
appetite.
decides to go after him.
But this is a beautiful scenery.
Beautiful.
They're in this greenery, and she's in green, and
He's
he's
in
in green.
green.
So it's a lot of green on green on green. But a lot of heartfelt things were said,
Yeah.
like you just mentioned with the exchange about the pin. But you can see tears in her eyes
She's like, just
because he
tell me
cannot
how you
say it.
feel.
He can't say it. He's saying all of the other things that just surround
right. They're like
I love you.
similar, but they're not what she needs to hear. And
No.
she's like, thank you. I get it.
This is like the first. No, how many times has it been now? Because it should have been said so many times.
So many times, yeah.
But
This is like the first time the audience has seen it where
yeah,
they both know they love each other and all she wants him to say is that, and he just can't. He can't. And it breaks her heart. And she's like, okay, now I really have to walk away. And she does. And, you know, he's determined now to kind of figure out what's up with James because he needs to give himself a mission. Otherwise, he's going to drive himself crazy, of course.
yeah.
So he calls his private eye.
Well, first he called Eric, right?
He calls Eric and he's like, oh, the scene after the next morning,
Yeah.
Blair and Serena are talking and Nate and Chuck are talking, and Blair thinks that Chuck is going back home, but he's actually still staying in the Hamptons, and so they bump into each other. And of course, they argue about James again.
Princeton or Georgetown?
Right. And she's like, "Oh no, it's definitely Georgetown." He's like, "No, I heard him say that, it was Princeton." And so they argue back and forth. He calls Eric, "Please confirm this." Yeah, that's not what he told Blair. So now I'm like really into this. And takes Nate back with him to go, play croquet or whatever, and calls his private eye and decides that he's going to investigate. And of course, because that's what Blair would do.
Yeah.
They're two peas.
That was just a great scene on the streets of the Hamptons too, because while Blair and Chuck are arguing, Georgetown, Princeton, Princeton, we have Serena and Nate arguing, like, this needs to end.
Yeah,
and
she's pissed.
She's pissed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then we have the kind of, Blair has the talk of like how James has served his purpose and she wants to kind of give him the boot.
He's boring.
He's so boring to her, and she's going to pretty much like call it quits and go solo to the white party, which eventually we see that doesn't happen.
Yeah, because Chuck texts her like, "Oh, I'll see you in Princeton."
Princeton, right, exactly.
He texts her at the white party,
So
and
she's like, "Oh shit.
Oh,
now I still have to bring him."
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she's pretty much going to like blow him off at that point.
Right.
But and then Nate tells Serena, you don't really see it, but Nate tells Serena that Catherine broke it off between them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at that, like, when they're fighting, and she broke it off, and he's like, "Don't worry, she broke it off." So then eventually he gets the idea that he wants to make her jealous, so can you come with me to the white party?
That makes sense.
Yeah, and Serena's like, "Ugh, all right, I've done shit too, I get it." So
Yeah.
she's being a good friend to him.
At this point, Padge is at home with Honey Bunches of Oats, as
Yes.
we've noticed. They don't show it, but we know that box very
Yes.
well. And he knows, this is when he has the conversation with his dad,
Yeah.
but how he needs to deal with his feelings.
Yeah.
And it's like, finally. So it took 3 months for you to realize you have to deal with your feelings. Like, a light bulb goes off.
Yep.
And that's when he decides to get on the jitney.
Right. He's like, all right, I'm going to go and fight for her pretty much. Or just, actually, I don't even think he was going to fight. He was just going to like go there and just kind of see how
Show
she was
up.
doing. Yeah. Like, and he even says later on, like, I thought I would come here and I would know that I made the right decision, but I feel like I didn't. And it's like, oh, another light bulb.
How did he
Him
know
and
the
Chuck.
address?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because as soon as he got off the jitney, he
I know,
grabbed
he's
a
like
cab.
161, whatever.
And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I could take you there. Sure."
No problem. Then we talked about the croquet scene. Then we have Serena and Nate. They talk about the white party. And then we go to the white party.
I love the white
It's
party.
beautiful. I love seeing everyone in white, and it's the pool party, and everyone's so tan, and
Yeah.
everyone's outfits were incredible, which we'll get into in our later part of the episode. But we see Dan. He shows up to Cece's house, and she's like, "Oh, she's not here, but like, let me help you." She's like all of a sudden like happy that Dan's there and that they should work things out, and like her remission made her a changed person.
She's a totally different
She's
human
a completely different person.
Yeah.
It's actually frightening.
It is frightening. I felt
right?
the same
I'm like,
way.
is she like a robot or a Stepford wife? Like,
And-
she's freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was sweet because she says, like, "Oh, Serena's been thinking about you all summer."
Right. She told
though
him that. And he's like, okay, now I got another like light bulb. All right.
She brings out the invite and she's like,
I know, she's
"So
like,
you're going to be my date to this party, but there's a very serious dress
Very-
code,
very
exclusive or
very
whatever the
exclusive.
word." And so that was sweet. And so she dressed him.
yes. She dressed him in apparently Serena's grandpa's 70s
Yeah.
jacket. So
Yeah.
And then at the white party, Nate's getting drunk because he wants to make Catherine jealous, and he's pissed that she's there with the husband, and he's riled up about that. And Blair is trying to like stop yawning over James, and he can tell that Chuck is getting on her nerves, and the whole reason why Blair has him here is because she's trying to make Chuck jealous. He's not dumb.
Right.
So he gets pissed, as
Yeah.
you would, because he's like, all right, I found this girl that I was starting to like, and now she treated me like trash pretty much. So
Yeah, and also this whole time since dinner and when they went on their bike ride, he's like, oh, I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
So at that point, and then we're slowly finding out in the background, like, okay, he's not who he says he is
Right,
because
right,
Chuck
right. Mhm.
finds out information. So that's another thing. I'm like, oh, this guy is either like a total liar or he's bad news and
You think he was into like
something not good, you know,
Mhm.
which wasn't the case.
No, it wasn't. Certainly
all.
not. Certainly not. Yeah. So Chuck's still giving the side eye. He's kind of just doing his own thing during the party, and then Serena and Nate, in trying to make Catherine jealous, they start making out in front of everyone at the party.
Like full
On, like
tongue
for minutes, not just like a little peck here and No, they're making out, and of course they stop, they separate, and Dan's in the middle of them. And the music just like changes, and Serena's like, "Oh shit, it's really not what it looks like. I keep saying this, but it's really not what it
and
looks
he goes,
like."
of course.
Of course. And you could just see it on his face. Like, I don't even think he was initially mad. He's just like, wow, this
Yeah.
keeps happening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a talk, and he's like, oh, it's not what it seems. And she's like, actually, no, I'm just trying to help Nate. But I can't tell you the reason. And he's like, of
Oh
course you
my
can't tell me the
gosh.
reason. And Michelle and I are like, are you kidding me? Come on.
Why can't you tell
You can
her?
he can keep a secret. Just tell him.
He doesn't even know Catherine.
It doesn't.
It
It's
will make-
irrelevant. Exactly.
He can just say, "Oh, I was a cover because he's having an affair with an older woman."
Right. Doesn't
That's
even
it.
have to say who she is. Exactly. So
She's so frustrating.
she's
sometimes.
very frustrating. And then Dan turns around, and the two girls he was two-timing or throw their drinks at him, and he's like, actually, this is not the first time it's happened to me this summer. And Serena's like, shut the fuck
And she's
up.
like, "Let me guess. There's an explanation."
Yeah.
Cue the laugh track.
Right? Exactly. I feel like we're on Full House. Yeah, so they kind of not really talk it out, but
No,
while that is happening, though, Blair and James are arguing, and not really. He's yelling at her, and she's listening, but she's like, "Yeah, I thought you were boring." Like, she's owning up to everything
is,
that he's
yeah.
asking her, and he's like, "Huh, okay, this is interesting." And then decides he's going to tell his secret that he's actually a British lord, and his name is Marcus, and she's like, oh, I scored the jackpot, because of course Blair would
yeah.
find a lord. Of course she
Of course,
would.
and her eyes are flying. She's like, "Yes, my lord."
She's like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
totally
Crazy.
This changes the playing field.
Totally.
Kind of.
And now Chuck knows
Kinda.
that he's a lord. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Yeah.
Now how am I supposed to compete with that? Because he's British royalty, and I'm just like, American royalty, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's just got that finesse now. Now he's a mysterious British man
Right.
and not a boring American. So
Right. And
should be fun.
Marcus, he says how the reason he lied is because every time he meets someone, he's afraid that their people are going to take advantage and only like him for his titleship.
Of course.
And so he decided to just play a, boring American.
Right. And he's like, tell me what else I'm doing wrong, pretty much. And
Yeah.
so that seems to maybe work out.
Yeah.
Interesting duo, but
Interesting
you know,
duo. I
course.
also like at the white party, the little Jenny story.
yeah. So Eric is helping her meet with what was her name?
Tinsley?
Tinsley, thank you. Tinsley, who's another fashion designer, and is interested in Jenny, like, oh wow, a nice young girl who's interested in the business, and I can get you an internship if you want. And then Laurel comes over, and she's like, oh, Jenny, of course you're here. You're someone's plus one. She's like, yeah, here's my date right over there. And she plays it cool.
She plays it
She
really,
really
cool.
does.
And the fact that the Tinsley comes over and, Eric's like, oh, this is Jenny. And
Mhm.
Jenny's like, this is Laurel.
Right.
And Laurel goes to shake her hand.
she doesn't even
wants
do-
nothing to do
Yeah.
with her. And so I felt like she handled herself very well, very impressive for a young, inspiring
right.
designer.
I know, she's a baby, pretty
And
much.
she's wearing her own design.
She's wearing her
I
own
didn't
design.
love it.
No.
I'll save it. But props to you.
Props to you. And she even asked, are you wearing your own design? And she said, yes, I am. And she's like, wow, it's so great of you. So Jenny must feel really good about herself.
Yeah, and also was offered an internship.
Right. But then tells Laurel she turned it down because she's learning a lot where she is now. And Laurel was like, oh, all right, well, I'll see you on Monday. Like, has a totally different change of tune.
Kind of a little Devil Wears Prada feelings.
Very Devil Wears Prada. Yeah,
I
definitely.
love that movie.
I love that movie. Such a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then Dan and Serena kind of
Well, they help. Well, because
Talk.
there's wine on his jacket.
on her grandfather's jacket, which she can't believe is still, people are wearing because it's from the 70s.
Right. They go into the kitchen trying to clean it, and this is where they exchange the truths, kind of.
Sort of. Like, he pretty much just says, like, oh, I've been thinking about you. And you could see she's smirking. And then they, like, look at each other and just, like, kiss. Like, they barely even speak about it. And it's like, wow, you guys have a lot more dirt to kind of, like, air out here. But, ignorance is bliss. Just let it be for the night or whatever. And so they decide they're going to meet up
At the beach. Yeah.
And they do. And he apparently gets rid of his writer's block because he's, like, doodling on his notebook. So guess he got over that.
I kind of feel
Guys,
like
go over
the
that.
kiss was just the catalyst to let everything out now.
Yeah.
Because they both wanted it. It's obvious. And I said to Liz, I don't know how I feel about Padge and Serena.
Mm-hmm.
But when Serena and Nate were kissing, I was like, oh, I'm about
Yeah,
this.
'cause
I
it's like-
love seeing this.
It's much more
I don't know what it is.
lively and, like, interesting. It's just,
Yeah.
it's more fun, to be honest. Like,
That-
Padge
is
and
that what it
Serena
is?
are just, they're a little like, wah, wah. Just a little bit, especially in the first season. And I'm trying to remember how I felt all those years ago. Like, obviously they weren't, like, my number one ship on the show,
Yeah.
but I don't remember, like, them being this boring. They're pretty boring.
It's funny because
In
on
my
pa-
opinion,
no,
ladies
no,
and gentlemen.
of course, on paper, all the shit they've been through, it's like, wow,
would be
these
like,
people
wow,
are not boring.
Star-crossed lovers,
But yet, I see. Well, we'll give them a shot. We'll see how they make up.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll just see.
We'll
It's
just
too
see,
soon to
right?
know.
But then we'll just see. Yeah.
Yeah. And he says he came here expecting that he would know he made the right decision, but knew that he didn't as soon as he saw her. That was pretty much all they said to each other.
Yeah.
And then they kiss. They go to the beach, and that's pretty much it for them.
Fireworks.
And then fireworks come. Michelle and I laughed. We
They're
got a good
gazing at each
chuckle.
other for a long time.
Yeah.
To take in the moment.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep. And then we have the scene where it's, as much as it is uber dramatic and kind of laughable, it's also like something that we really need on, for this show, and especially as these characters develop later down the line, as you'll see. But Chuck and Blair have that, like, just say it now, or, like, that's it. And he just could not. He just could not say it.
yeah, this was a very serious scene.
Very serious. And she's like, okay, that's it. Because she can't keep doing this.
I know. She's like, tell me. And he's like, don't go with him. You know
Right.
you don't want to.
She's like, but just actually tell me why I shouldn't. And he can't say it. He can't say it.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. And he's like, It's like he has a frog in his throat.
Yep.
And she's like, thank you. And has
Thank
tears
you.
in her
Yeah,
eyes.
she turns around and she's like, Jesus, I can't believe this is still happening.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Like 3 months later, and I'm still crying over this boy. Like, it's just
3 words.
3 words,
8
8 letters, say it and I'm yours. And he cannot say it. And therefore he loses her. And he knows, like, the playing field now.
Yeah.
Marcus is a lord. And, like, this is not going to go down well for him. And he's
Right.
like, shit. And he still can't say it because he's just not, he's not there. He's not ready.
Yeah.
As much as he does feel it inside. And he says, too, like, I regretted not going with you, but I also knew if I did for all those months, you would see the real me. You would see, like, that softer person, that person that's not so Chuck on the outside.
Yeah.
And to her, that would have been okay, but to him, it wasn't. And I can imagine, like, being 16 and having to have that conversation with someone. Like,
Right.
it's so dramatic and, like, not relatable, at least for me, because I never had to be in that situation at that age, but they
Yeah.
are very intense people,
Yeah.
and he's obviously a very dark and like troubled boy, but has
You-
a soft spot for her.
You know, when we wrapped up season 1, you talked about, I believe it was in your trivia, about how parents, or not parents, I don't know the people of the older generation didn't want
their children to watch this show.
Yeah. Right? Because of the drinking and the sex and all of it, right?
Yeah.
The storyline. So what I noticed, because I was comparing, when Chuck says his piece with Blair and it doesn't work out, and we see him pour himself a glass of whatever
it was,
brown liquor it is. He's drinking it, and to us as
that would be a
30-year-olds,
normal
that's
thing.
a normal thing.
Yeah.
For a teenager to do that, it's not normal. So on this show, it is normalized to drink at a younger age.
Definitely.
When watching another teen drama that we have watched in the past, and we watched a lot of teen dramas.
Right. We would have been like, oh.
Not only that, but I feel like, on Riverdale, to bring that in because it's the only current teen drama I'm watching, they kind of normalized the drinking.
Yeah.
Kind of, right? They'll drink red wine when they went to the cabin.
It was straight. It's strange, and we, talk shit about it, but also we kind of understand the realm of Riverdale.
The realm, right?
Yeah.
And so comparing to the OC, to go there, because
why not?
Every time Marissa drank, it was like frowned upon.
Right.
Or if, in the beginning, when Summer stole the alcohol, it's like it was frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is kind of like normalizing it.
Yeah, so I could see the problem.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know how, but this feels more relevant to now what a teen drama would be.
Definitely. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. It's kind of like the shows these days, or at least like teen dramas, they kind of have to have their own like story to them. I feel like there's not just like the football team down, it's nothing like a family show. It's more like everything's more dark and more like serious, or it's like super fabricated, where it's like kind of like Riverdale, where it's like pretty much is this a story we don't know. Like the vibe of the shows these days, I find, are a lot more relatable to Gossip Girl than like the OC or One Tree Hill.
Right.
The drama level.
Yeah, that
is
in itself.
different.
Yeah. But yes,
I like the point that you made. Yeah.
Thank you.
And we have, that last scene. Well, you see Nate gets the napkin. Him and Catherine apparently have kind of made up.
Well, she grabs him in the middle of the party, and she's like, "Were you trying to make me jealous in front of my husband and my friends?" And he's like, "Yes." And she's like, "It worked." And so they have hot makeout.
Whatever they have.
But they do it.
Yeah. And so then later on, she slips him the napkin, like whatever hotel, I guess. And so that's where he's off to. Dan and Serena at the beach. And then Blair's leaving, and Chuck is just
sad.
Sad Chucky. And he's drinking, and that's the end of the episode.
It was good.
It was a great episode. I remember it, but the vibe of it is a lot, as much as it is heavy as far as like Chuck and Blair and the emotion there, it was nice to see like the different pairings and like Summer. We were talking off when we were watching the show that we don't really get to see Summer a lot on shows. We kind of just go into the school year, or like you just go to summer or whatever it is. Like you don't see the transition of the kids. So I'm excited to see now that we're going out of the end of summer into school. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
That's all we got.
Okay,
we're back from break. Gonna jump into our segments.
Yay.
I have a load of trivia / fun facts for the episode.
Okay.
It obviously, although credited, Kelly Rutherford and Jessica Soares do not appear in this episode. So it would have been nice to see Lily, but she didn't make an appearance. It's all right.
I did like how they did say Vanessa's parents and her visited Rufy on the road.
Yeah, we actually did mention that. They did mention Vanessa.
But
but slips my mind on occasion.
Yeah.
So the second season premiere primarily was filmed in the Hamptons and began filming in mid-June. Jeremiah Harris, who is the author that Dan was working for, his reading and the scene where Dan is revealed to be dating two girls was filmed at Housing Works bookstore in Soho. And while the Cooper's beach house scenes with Chuck and Serena were filmed at Rockaway Beach.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, it's fun, a little fun fact.
Yeah.
Eric Damon, who is the costume designer where I've mentioned him previously, he intended to dress Blake Lively in a men's vest with a men's vest for the white party. But like when it went on camera, it didn't like translate, so they changed it to the Grecian, which I'm so glad that they did, right?
Yeah.
He says an iconic Grecian gown coupled with metallic chain headpiece. The vest did not translate via camera. For the scene at the garden dinner party, Damon fitted Ed Westwick with a light green suit with hydrangea and cabbage rose tones in his shirt and tie selection. Damon considered this experience as a perfect moment of art direction. He actually matched the set, and when him and Blair had their sad moment in the garden, it was a symphony of greens and flower blossoms. A memorable moment when costumes and set worked seamlessly to create a visual atmosphere. During a New York Magazine interview, Eric Damon cites both outfits in his list of 11 favorite looks in the series. The promos for this episode, as well as season 2 as a whole, utilize the French song "Ca plain peu," "Ca plain peu moi," which was heard in the 1985 film National Lampoon's European Vacation, which co-starred Jason Lively, the older brother of Blake Lively.
Hey, okay.
Yes. Mädchen states, which we know Mädchen, obviously, she's been in so much, but it's awesome to see her do this even before, she became, she was always huge, but now even more so she is. So it's awesome that they had her. She stated that Chase Crawford was so adorable. He was so sweet and such a good boy. As well as they got along, though, things weren't totally comfortable between the co-stars. She said, "My very first scene with him was me sitting in his lap, making out with him in the car.
Ooh.
He was so nervous that he kept forgetting his lines." So cute. She said, the trivia also says the scene where Blair and Serena are sunning themselves by the pool is similar to the scene in season 2 premiere of The OC called The Distance with Summer and Marissa by the pool. And Michelle said that like right away to me. She's like, "Oh my God, that's like Summer and Marissa." I'm like, "Yes, I have that in trivia." Yeah, so that's nice to kind of, the parallels of the beach and it's both beaches. So
Yeah.
The white party took place on August 30th, 2008 at 5 p.m. The reception for this episode, I got this off Wikipedia. It was watched by 3.4 million viewers. Most of the critics have praised Leighton Meester, Ed Westwick, and guest star Madchen for their performances. They said they considered it a pretty strong premiere. They also said that it was that Madchen was a good choice to play Catherine, and compared Chuck Bass with Christian Troy, a plastic surgeon played by Julian McMahon in Nip Tuck, which I used to really like that show. Yeah,
Nip Tuck throwback.
Yeah. They stating he's a ladies' man who likes the idea of being with someone who can't commit. They also praised Madchen, of course, and then they said. Michelle Graham of Phil's School Rejects praised the Nate storyline, calling it a blessing for him as a character and has always been one of the least interesting. She was surprised with the transformation of Dan Humphrey and compared to his character's dating habits with Chuck Bass's, further adding that the change is a nice way to flesh out the otherwise goody-goody guy. She says hopefully he won't revert to this type with his reunion with Serena, and she had high hopes for the premiere and considered it to be a good season start. And on Jenny's character, she considered her storyline predictable and dull, but there's definitely something enjoyable in seeing her boss get dissed by a famous model. And then in contrast to what this woman, Michelle Graham, said, We had Amber Charlesville of Firefox News. She said that despite the fresh locale and ever snappy voice of Gossip Girl, she found that most of the characters were up to their same old stale tricks.
Okay.
But she did praise Leighton Meester and Ed Westwick for their performances. And then some music in this episode. We have Reverse of Shade by Wind Up Deads, Buzzing by Shwazy, Fell in Love with You acoustic by Motion City Soundtrack, Crazy by Jem, Break It Down by Alana D, Google Me by Taya Taylor, and Paparazzi by Lady Gaga. So
Great
that
job,
was my
Lizzie.
trivia, fun facts, music for the episode. But I mean, I guess I kind of agree with the critics. Like,
I do too.
it was, I guess I found it predictable, but I also really enjoyed it. Like,
Right.
the characters, yeah, besides Dan, it's kind of like a shock to see him like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but no one else really was, everyone else was pretty predictable in
Yeah.
that sense.
Definitely, I think I was just shocked with Nate.
You were shocked with Nate.
Well, yeah, because I did not see that coming,
Right.
which was like the definition of shocked, right?
Mhm.
Welcome to my
It is the
lesson here.
definition of shock.
But, one of the definitions. You get what I mean. Yeah, no, I really, really thought we were going back to Serena, and
Yeah.
in a way we kind of did, but differently.
Right. No, like,
Because-
we come where they're actually friends.
They have a
Which-
really good friendship, and
They do.
and you forget, at least I seem to forget
That they ever hooked up in the past?
one, that they ever hooked up, and two, that Blair and him dated.
Right. I forget that too.
Because it seems
They're so past that right
past it.
now. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see everyone kind of like friends
Yeah.
for the most part, except obviously Blair and Chuck cannot stand the sight of each other for obvious reasons. But everyone else is pretty much, they're friends. And now Eric and Jenny have each other again.
Right.
So that's a nice friendship. He's a good influence on her, I think.
Yeah.
But she's a good influence on him too. But he kind of made like a funny quote, which I will say because I was hysterical. But
Yeah.
do you want to go into headbands in our fashion?
Yeah. How many headbands did
I
you
had
have?
9.
I had 6.
6?
So I definitely missed some
Yeah,
of the
I would. There were a
background.
lot of blurry extras that I was like headband, headband.
Yeah.
So, I went the extra mile with it, but it's probably unnecessary.
No, I mean, we have a headband counter.
We have a
You gotta
headband
get
counter,
everyone. I
yeah.
mean, when we were watching, I was like, oh my God, there's one in the background list.
Yeah.
You see between Chuck
Mhm.
and Blair, or, Chuck and whoever.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's fashion was
On
wonderful.
point this episode. I feel like just as a collective, this episode had the best fashion for the series so far. Like, I feel like every character had a really good look.
Yeah.
that
And I
we
agreed
haven't
with
before.
everybody's look.
Yeah.
Because I usually do not agree. Even Chuck's craziness. And when he is walking with Nate,
with their cold brew coffee.
right,
Mhm.
and he's crossing the street and he's wearing this.
It's like plaid, purple, and white, right?
and he has
like-
a fedora
Adorable.
and kind of mauve or late burgundy shorts. I was like, wow, is this the first time I'm agreeing with Chuck's look?
Right. And
was
then
great.
Nate with that kind of
Like cobalt?
yeah. It's
coal-
looks like kind of like a nautical
Yep.
sweater.
oh,
but with
that
the
sweater.
shorts,
Yeah, yeah.
I really
Mhm.
liked that. He also looked amazing in the wife beater with the other sweater over it. Not the wife beater, like a white tee.
Yep.
He's really looking good.
He's very handsome.
And I even said to Michelle when we were watching, I'm like, do you find Chuck a little bit more attractive? And you're like, I think so. Better than before, but nothing, drastic.
No.
Just it cuts there. Trust me. I'm sure you could see potential in
I-
what's
I
to come with
suppose
him.
He's still kind of, I find him repulsive.
well, yeah.
But
Personality
I,
wise,
at least
makes
I
him ugly.
get him a little bit more.
Yeah, they do a good job of kind of showing you that this is a troubled boy who just literally is a boy. Like he cannot
And the vulnerability
own up
factor.
to his feelings. Yeah,
And even the fact of he's like afraid for someone to break in and
Yep.
see the true him
mm-hmm.
without that exterior of being a fuckboy
Right.
asshole.
Right. And like you can see he has a soft side obviously for his dad and his family and like just wants them to be happy, or he would do whatever he can for Nate. Like he does have a good really, really, really far down there, deep good soul, but he
Deep,
can't
deep.
it's really it's to the ground. It's in the ground pretty much, but
It's there.
Once he can develop that, then he'll be like his
Yeah.
best self, but
Yeah.
he won't allow that to happen.
Right.
So, unfortunately for him, it's
Yeah.
going to take him a long time, and therefore he can't be with the woman that he loves. So, oh well.
Even I know I'm gonna take back what I just
Sure.
said because I said I agreed and liked everybody's looks. I actually did not like Jenny's dress.
At the white party. Yeah.
I appreciate it. You go, girl, for making it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I think they did a good job trying to show that this could be something that a teenage girl would make. You know, not that I liked it, but I could appreciate that. Like, all right, maybe that was something that back then, I feel like I had a dress that looked like that. Not that I like loved it, but you know, that
like age appropriate.
yes, it was age appropriate, and I felt like that looked like nothing against the costume designers, of course, but they did a good job of making it look like a kid made it. Not obviously the seams weren't crooked or whatever, but like the style of it and the color, it was off white. It wasn't like a true white, and then she put the pink satin bow. Like it was
Yeah.
just very kiddish. Not my favorite look, but I get why they did it.
Yeah.
Her hair looked nice though.
Yeah. No, it did.
You know? I mean, Serena, what a bombshell.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just get on my hands and knees and just kiss her feet because she literally looked like a Greek goddess. Like a goddess.
That headband.
Phenomenal. I want to look like that every single day of my life.
I want to create that look.
Yes.
I'm gonna try for your sister's
You
wedding.
should.
Hey,
I
Shen.
would love that.
I probably will have to go somewhere.
Yeah, you'd have to get someone to do that. I
'Cause I
think it would
have
be really
thin
hard
hair.
for you to.
Yeah. I have a lot of
Yeah.
hair, but it's very thin.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it doesn't look like Blake Lively has that problem. She has like
No,
a
I don't
whole
think
head
so.
of beautiful hair, and so
No.
does
Mm-mm.
Leighton Meester. They are blessed with very thick, voluminous hair. But that headband look was exceptional.
yeah.
Beautiful. And I
Yeah.
did really love Blair's look too. She
Yep.
had like the eyelet white like
Yeah.
layers and the headband and like the little bow in the middle. She looked gorgeous.
I love their dresses throughout this whole episode, like we said, and Serena's purple.
Yeah, like the shift dress, and then Blair was
Yeah.
wearing the green.
Yep.
They almost looked really similar, and then Blair had the headband with a huge flower on it. And then I loved when she had the headband, the scarf wrapped. I love when they
Yes.
do that.
How does one do that?
How do you do that? I feel like the scarf would literally take out my entire head and it would have no hair. Like there would just be
Same.
no hair out.
I know.
It looks so incredible. I want someone to do that for me. Also, it looks like it would be uncomfortable though. I feel like it looks like it would be heavy even though a scarf's not heavy.
Yeah.
But just like the way it's like wrapped,
yeah.
looks like it would be heavy.
Maybe
But
I even think if you did it loose, you'd have to bobby pin it in.
yeah,
So it's
so then it's
actually
a
not
lot,
serving
a
a
lot of bobby
purpose,
pins
it's
then
just
too.
for a look.
It's just for the look, yeah. But they do. Oh God, the hair on this show is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck. I agree with the plaid. Looked great in that. Then he had his other questionable outfits.
Well, he chucked it up at the
He
white
chucked.
party, but it was still okay.
He chucked it up.
He chucked it up.
Yeah. But overall, great fashion episode.
Yeah.
I loved everyone's looks for the most part.
Yeah.
Quotes.
Yeah. Eggshell gives me migraine.
I also had that one. Isn't karma a bitch? We know Blair Waldorf is.
That was so good.
So good. I love when when she just speaks the Gossip Girl quote and it goes boom. I just love it every time.
I liked what Rufy said, that it's not a waste of time if there's time to change it.
Mm-hmm. Very philosophical.
Mm-hmm.
Damn that mother Chucker.
Oh, I loved that.
And then she follows that with that Chuck bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Daniel Humphrey, I'm surprised.
The way she said,
Cece.
Humphrey? You're kind of boring.
Yeah.
You kind of are, dude.
And when Chuck said, I'm in the mood to be right.
Oh, yeah. I like that one, too. That's all, like, the really good ones
Yeah.
I had. Well, you did get yours in the end when he says that.
that
That
was
was
really
what I
good.
wanted to say before. He's like, oh, well, you did get yours in the end.
And then 3 words, 8 letters.
Just say that I'm yours. And he can't say
I know.
it.
I when this scene was happening, I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna
He
say
might
it.
say it.
Because he's saying I. And then I was like, well, obviously they're not going to do this because this is the first episode of season 2, and they will have literally no content. And then they'll go off and get married and happily ever after, but that's not happening.
Not for a while.
Not right. But yeah, That was a pretty power of like 8 letters.
Yeah, and that GIF is
Oh, is it? So I'm gonna now see it?
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just her teary-eyed, her mouthing it, and you're just like, oh, that scene, and you go back to it, and you feel it, and like people that love this show, they know exactly what episode it is. Like they know this is the scene. Just like in Victor Victrola, those big, chair fans, they know this is the episode that she says that. So
It's also a good line to
It's
just use on a
great.
significant other.
right?
3 words, 8 letters.
Just say it.
Just say it.
Oh, you didn't say it. Oh well.
Thank you. And then to close with the thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
That's right. I
Right.
knew exactly where this was going.
Yes.
Screw you.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's some time for MVP and shittiest.
So
I don't know if I love my picks, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Are you changing mid talk?
No. I have my MVP.
Okay.
So let's do that one first.
Sure.
If that's okay with
Yes.
you. Okay.
Ready?
Mhm.
3, 2, 1.
Cece.
Jenny. Oh.
How funny. How funny. I was going to choose Jenny, and I'm like, no, Michelle, this is a new season. New season, new you. We're not doing this
And
anymore.
I picked Jenny.
But in the hearts of hearts, that's where I wanted to go.
You wanted to go Jenny. And not that I really wanted to give it to her, because I thoroughly enjoyed Blair, but obviously her trying to, and I really, as much as it sucked what Chuck did, I enjoy the character of him. Not that he's the most valuable player, but Jenny, she did the most valuable player worthy thing, which was standing up to Laurel and, making it known that she was a presence and that I'm going to work and I'm going to suck up to you and do whatever I can to make it because I'm serious about it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that from
Yeah.
her.
That's how I felt too. But then I'm like, I'm not going to choose Jenny. So I chose
That's all right.
Cece.
I picked her for you.
Thank you.
Why'd you pick Cece?
Well, I just felt that she was a changed woman. This is another character that I was shocked by.
Mm-hmm.
And we were also confused how things
She's-
ended last time we saw her. With was she
Yeah,
sick? Was
'cause
she,
she-
not?
It kind of seemed, well, I think she says to them she is sick, but then takes it back. Of course, she's not. But the way she looks and that
she
scene,
takes the pills.
and then she takes the pills. So, like, the audience knows that she's sick. And I think that, I guess maybe they didn't want to go into that. And they just wanted to be like, yes, she's in remission. And so, like, she did, I guess, have cancer or whatever it was. So, they make it that
Yeah.
she was actually sick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she owned up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Of how she's a changed woman.
She changed.
And the fact that she didn't like Dan because of class
Right.
last time. And now she was happy to see him because she knows how happy he made her granddaughter. And helps Padgy Boy.
By
Dresses
getting him a suit. Mhm.
Gets him there. So if, Pageant Serena might not be my favorite, but I
Totally.
can recognize a love deed.
Right.
And Cece did that.
A
So
love deed.
that is a love deed. So that is why she's my MVP.
That's wonderful.
Shittiest I'm struggling with because as much as Chuck couldn't say the words, I actually can't fault him for it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really do anything wrong in this episode.
No, he did everything that a Chuck would do.
Yeah, without being too
Without being too douchey. He was just like, he didn't say choice words where he did that one time and really hurt her. He just was trying to fight in the best way he knew possible,
Right.
but just ultimately didn't say what she needed him to, and that was his downfall. But let's hope he learns from his lesson. Like, he didn't say anything malicious or
Right.
nasty. He wasn't like you were repulsed really by him.
No.
At least I wasn't repulsed by
No.
him.
I mean, I'm usually am,
Right.
and kind of still am, but not in this episode.
Right.
And then everybody else, I understood what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
You have a shittiest?
I do.
Can I write your coattails? Because I really
Yeah,
don't
sure.
have one.
Do you want me to just tell you what my...
I'm gonna pretend like 3, 2, and I'm gonna try to mouth it.
Okay,
with
sure.
you. Okay.
Ready?
3,
3, 2, 1. Laurel.
Laurel. Yeah. Laurel. Oh,
Laurel.
Laurel. Lyle.
Lyle. Laurel.
My Aunt
yes.
Laurel, which your mother calls her Lyle.
Yes. Michelle has an Aunt Laurel. My mom, for the past 28 years, has called her Lyle. And I'm like, Mom, it's Laurel. She's like, I know. I just like to call her Lyle. It's not
It's
her
like an
name,
inside
though.
joke with herself.
It is. It's like nobody knows it that she calls her that on the side. Like she would never call it to her face, but she just calls her Lyle on
Yeah.
the side.
Oh, is
Like
Aunt
in
Lyle
text.
coming?
Oh, Aunt Lyle. I'm like, it's Laurel.
Oh. Okay, so Laurel,
But anyway, Laurel, because she was a really shitty person today.
maybe
She's nasty.
maybe I view it as like
she's
you
a
said.
side character.
No, but like you said, how it's just the typical of, the quintessential bitchy
Right. That's just like
boss.
what she does.
She's in charge.
Eleanor would probably be like that too if she was back.
Yeah,
you know?
because Jenny's an intern. It's like, know your place.
Yeah. And she's like, there's no way you could be done. She's like, I am done. She's like, well, sort all these buttons. She gives her like 1,000 buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Sort all of them. And she takes them home. And you know her, she probably got them sorted. And like, she probably took the whole day. And then she would come back. Like, she's a good worker because she's serious
Yeah.
about what she
Yeah.
is passionate about. And that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I chose Laurel though. And I think it's pretty apparent why I did because she was nasty. But again, we understand why she's like that. I think she has to be pretty cutthroat in this type of industry. And yeah, I mean, with Chuck, I didn't feel like I needed to give him the honor, you know?
I could not give him the shit
I
crown.
couldn't, no. But Laurel, she's got the shit crown.
This is,
too.
I think this might be one of the first episodes in any of our podcasts that I truly couldn't pick a shittiest.
Mhm. I've had that happen a few times.
But you still have shown up. Like the fact that I
I
piggybacked
just
off
pick.
of
I
you,
just pick. Yeah, like you've actually not didn't say
I
anything.
truly couldn't. I really was
Wow.
fighting, and I didn't want to give it to Chuck just to give it to Chuck because Michelle always gives it to Chuck
Right.
as I talk. In the
I think
person.
that calls for maybe we're watching good content and good writing, and these characters are developing,
Maybe.
and you're like, okay, I can see why they're shitty, but I don't want to give them a title because I understand it. So
yeah.
okay, Michelle, we'll see what you say next
Yeah,
week.
I was gonna say like too soon to tell.
It's way too soon to tell.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. I think we did all of those segments.
We sure did.
We have all that's left to do is have the chant of patron of the week, which will be inserted right here.
That's right.
It's patron of the
It's
week.
patron of the week.
It's patron of the week.
Who will it be? It's patron of the week.
Coming off of the season 1 premiere, and while Michelle and I are recording it, technically this day,
Wait,
yes,
season 2 premiere?
I'm sorry, season 2
Oh, okay,
premiere.
okay.
Hi, we're in season 2. The season 2 premiere. Today we are watching this on November 19th, which is Thank You Patron Day.
Oh.
My cheat, but also you guys deserve it, is everyone is patron of the week.
Yay!
And as you see, we posted the image with all of our past and present patrons. We appreciate you guys. We cannot say it enough how much you have changed our lives and how much you mean to us. And you've granted us so many opportunities and will continue to do that. And, you might think that your dollar is not going anywhere, but we promise you it goes everywhere, and we put it just right back into our company, and therefore we can create great content for you guys, and hopefully it seems that you're enjoying it. So it's a big pause, and just want to say thank you. And we just love each and every one of you, and we just appreciate the support. Thank you,
guys.
patrons.
We love you.
Yes, we really do. And do you want the episode title for next week?
I sure do.
I'm just going to give Michelle the episode title, and she can do what she wishes with that information.
Want me to make a prediction, right?
Yes. So we decided we're going to do the diss and tell portion on the episode.
Yeah.
So you've already listened to her premiere season 2 predictions, but from now on, we're going to keep it just in the episode. Because why not?
Yeah.
That way you don't have to click on an extra button. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the title for next week is Never Been Marcused.
Oh. Never been Marcus.
Never Been Marcused.
Well, clearly this has to do with the new Lord.
The new Lord Marcus. I was just getting such Lindsay Lohan vibes with him. Like the way he spoke, I'm like, he's definitely an American guy trying to do a British accent. Props to you, Marcus.
Yes, Marcus.
Yes, so Never Been Marcused.
Okay, so we're going back to school, which is
Okay.
kind of confusing for me in the terms of, is Marcus staying? What is Marcus's deal? Well, he's a
Right.
lord.
He's a lord, so he doesn't have to go to
Is he
school.
an educated lord?
I don't know.
Is he in college?
I can say that he's educated, but
University.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she will be preoccupied with that. And I feel like this might go on for a couple of episodes because as much as we know the Chuck game,
yeah.
how soon can we keep doing it?
Mm-hmm.
He knows what he should have said.
Right.
So perhaps we're going to sleep on it.
Right.
For
I
a
feel like
couple
it's time.
episodes.
It's time to get over that portion, like the
Yeah.
cat and mouse thing. He's probably gonna have to give that up for now.
Yeah, so let's come back to that. I'll see you soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll try to preoccupy his time. Obviously, he's in a dark place.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably, he drinks all the time anyway, but
Right,
maybe
right.
he'll find something on the side as he usually does.
Exactly.
The Nate and Catherine
Catherine.
situation.
Do we foresee her sticking around?
Well, he got the napkin.
Mm-hmm. So we at least know that she'll be in next week's episode.
I'm assuming so. But he's going back to school and she's in the Hamptons. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I wonder if they're going to do the classic, like, oh, let me just like come on break and see you, because it's not that easy to get to the Hamptons
100%
from New York
not.
City. Okay.
I know.
I mean, even if traffic dies down after Labor Day, it's still,
It's a night. No,
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's a pain in the ass.
Okay.
But maybe they'll keep hooking up and he's going to be like, oh, probably because he said like they have feelings for each other.
Mm.
He has feelings for her. I think she just likes his body.
Right. Maybe they're not going to be reciprocated.
Do we know how old she's supposed to be? Because obviously
Not
she
at the
married an
moment,
older guy.
but I don't know if they actually state how old she is, but right now we're not supposed to know how old
Okay.
she is. You can just assume that she's way older than college,
Well, yeah.
you know, because even Serena says, I thought it was a college girl, so she has to be at least 25, if not older.
Oh my God, I think way older than that.
Right. She potentially could be in her 30s.
Yeah. That's an
But I'm not going to quote it just yet because we don't really know. I could look it up maybe for next week.
You don't have to look it up
Okay.
now. In my head, the picture I painted is that he was her tennis coach.
Oh,
And this is why they're hooking up.
okay, cool.
Because I want to know how they met.
Okay.
And I'm truly hoping we get a background here and not just, I could see them being like, oh, he just met this woman in the Hamptons. They started hooking up. They
Right.
could leave it like that. I just want a little bit more backstory, even though it probably means nothing.
She knew Serena's name though. So I think it's like the close quarters of everyone in the Hamptons. Everyone knows each other. Everyone knows everyone's business. So I think
Yeah.
if they don't go into it, I can just assume that they're just running the same circle of
She did say
people.
that because, at the white party, she's like, oh, these are in front of my friends.
Mhm.
But I also thought that maybe Nate filled her in, like, oh, like during like
oh, maybe too.
sexy time,
right.
like let's not talk about sexy time, and he'd be like, oh, well, I already have a cover for
Right, I have a
this.
cover. Her name is Serena.
You
Yeah,
know.
it could be possible too.
Yeah. The Lord, is he staying with Eleanor? Does he have his own place? He comes and stays in New York. I want to see more of that.
Okay.
And then, will Rufy be home?
Yeah, when does Rufus come
I'm
home?
still so unsure of this Rufy and Lily situation. Because to me, I think, again, we're not going to touch it for another 5 episodes or so.
Okay.
But until she sees him date someone, like visually see it, then maybe it'll bring back up memories. Or they'll just have a side piece.
Okay.
And there's no way she's happy with Bart. Like,
Well,
happy.
of course. Right.
Happy.
She's not internally happy. She's externally forcing herself to
Yeah.
be happy for the sake of a face and her children and money and
Yeah.
the popularity of it all.
I think
And just like we always say, like the business transaction of it, like
Right.
this makes sense. So obviously we should do it. And he apparently likes me a lot more than I like him, so it's okay. And
yeah, exactly. And then Paige and Serena, I mean, I think they're going to have, listen, I saw
Right,
the
what's-
preview. Not the preview. We saw like that little snippet of them on the beach.
Right,
They
the-
probably had sex on the beach.
Mm.
And we'll wake up that morning. So maybe school's not starting just yet. Maybe it's starting like the next day, and they have like
Mhm.
one more day in the Hamptons.
Because they said that this party was August 30th. So if they're going
Okay.
to keep up with the Joneses, maybe they'll do next day,
Yeah,
you know,
and maybe they'll talk.
maybe
and-
Labor Day, something, and
Yeah.
then we go back to school.
so maybe that would make more sense. I
Yeah.
just didn't know if we're gonna pace it like, oh my god, next day, or we're gonna like jump a couple of days.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's
So you think next day? I can confirm it's the next day.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much.
Yeah, so
it's,
you're on the right
instead
track.
of predictions, it's more like curiosities.
Curiosities, definitely.
Yeah.
So with all that, and I know she was very, very a minuscule portion in this episode, but do you have any inkling on who you think potentially is Gossip Girl?
I totally forgot Gossip Girl was a thing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Through this whole episode, I totally
so
forgot.
she doesn't exist.
There's
Maybe
Gossip Girl is a
right
ghost.
because it's not apparent still.
I mean, they're getting the text and being read in the Gossip Girl, like, oh, spotted Serena Solo on the beach, and
Mhm.
spotted the Queen returns, you know, and I'm like, yeah, duh, like this little storyteller telling us what's happening, and I totally forgot, like, oh shit,
that's okay.
we're supposed to be figuring out who Gossip Girl is.
But you're not, because obviously that's not the focus of at all. You know, it's she's not an apparent character.
I think she's a ghost this episode.
She's a ghost.
I'm going with a ghost.
Love that.
That's it.
Gigi is ghost.
Gigi's ghost, and that's it.
Gigi is a ghost.
Gigi's a ghost. Yeah.
It's valid because really,
It-
she didn't
I
exist.
totally forgot. Like, she's a made up.
See, but that's
She's a bot. She's a bot.
right. But watching this first time around, you literally don't care because, as you can see, like she's not very apparent in the first season, and we come back second season, and it's just again not very apparent, and it does become something that they're like, oh, let's do this, like let's just make it, you know. So I don't think yet we're really going to. It definitely happens.
Was Gossip Girl in this episode?
Um,
Or you can't say that.
I can't really say that.
Okay. I know. I'm pushing a limit here.
It's
Kind of. Well, you were
it's
like,
kind
of course she was in this episode because she spoke.
right, like she
right.
spoke.
It's a cop out of a.
It is, but
It's
she's
CC,
always
isn't
there.
it?
She's always
She's always there.
there.
Watch, it's some like
It's
possessed
hard to
doll in
say.
the background or something.
Ooh, it's Cedric, his Cabbage Patch. It's really creepy.
Exactly.
Yes. So, all right.
Okay.
Gossip Girl's a ghost this week, but
That's it.
maybe next week she'll be someone else.
Yeah.
If not the person, you at least can predict who you think is feeding Gossip Girl information, because at this point, like I said, watching it first time around, you were like, okay, so Gossip Girl is, you know, writing about them, but it doesn't become the thing until like later on.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's appropriate and understandable that it wasn't even on your radar, because I'm sure first time around too I watched it and I was like, oh yeah,
Oh,
that
right.
person
this is a thing.
this is a thing, because
Yeah.
it's not a thing yet.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm just giving you that like preface of like,
yeah.
don't worry if it didn't come to your mind, because
Yeah.
it didn't come to anyone else's mind
Okay.
either.
Okay. Good to
Yeah,
know.
I think
Cool.
that was just a thing they were like, let's just play on this. This is kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, as we know in the books, our friend Sean told us it's not even a thing at all. Like it's
Yeah.
just a blog and
Yeah.
that's it. So,
Yeah.
well, that is a wrap for season 2, episode 1. Wow, we're back.
We're back. I'm very
it feels
excited.
good. It feels good to be in the realm of Gossip Girl.
Yes, it does.
And discussing it with Michelle, who has no idea what's to come for the rest of the series. So, you guys let us know your thoughts and feelings. Next week, we'll definitely reach out and ask you guys for your questions and comments. We kind of just want to come back and like just have a conversation about the episode. And then next week, we'll incorporate you guys. We definitely want to hear from you. We love getting comments, questions, emails, whatever you want to send us. We want to talk about Gossip Girl. And if you're new, let us know your theories, because
Please do.
again, Michelle's in the dark, so she has no idea. And of course, if you're an OG, I will feed through them. Please don't send them our Michelle's way. You can DM me. You can DM our the network, the Gossip Girl podcast. I mean, the Gossip Girl Instagram or Twitter, not the network, because Michelle will go on there. So, just 3 Gossip Girl pod, pretty much everywhere. And we're 3 Gossip Girl pod on Gmail. So if you want to email us, do that too. And we love you. And you can check out our Patreon page if you'd like. You can give us some support. No pressure, but it's a fun time. We just started doing audio commentary again, guys. So
That's
and
a
we're gonna,
throwback.
it is a throwback, and it's fun, and we're excited to bring that back because it's so simple. We don't know why we weren't doing it to begin with, and if you guys want it, we're gonna give it to you. So, we hope you check that out, and on to next week. I can't believe it.
Wow.
You know you love us,
XOXO.
Gossip Girls.